You trying to get out here to say, oh, I got with Suge Knight to get back at, because I didn't like the way Drake was doing my contract and everything. That was very stripperish of you. Very messy. And I just feel like it's tainting this persona that you have going on. And it's not doing any justice. And that's what's making me think that you're not happy or satisfied or content. But I'm gonna chop it up to you maybe going through some extended postpartum with you trying to reclaim your identity by trying to recreate relevance when it doesn't matter if you're relevant anymore.
Tasha K says Eve is bored with marriage. Does she have a point? Eve is trending again thanks to her memoir, Who's That Girl, released in the fall of 2024. In it, she shared how she briefly dated Suge Knight in the early 2000s after being dropped from Dr. Dre's label. She admits affected her third album.
She was signed to Aftermath, and she was basically like, she was eager. She was trying to get in the studio. She wanted to work. He had signed him in Eminem, and he wasn't put her in the studio, and she was dropped. And she said that it humbled her.
Got a little messy.
Yeah, and she said it humbled her because she had to get back on the bus, go back home to Philly, back to her mom's crib after being signed to Dr. Dre and, you know, all the things.
Yeah, I got dropped from Dre.
Yeah, her stories.
Rough Riders. And then when because I was signed to like Interscope, when Rough Riders kind of went through their issues with Interscope, I kind of got caught up in that. And that kind of fucked up everything for me. Like when Tambourine came out.
Tasha K wasn't here for it. She says Eve should stop bringing up old relationships, whether in books, podcasts, or interviews, because it disrespects her husband, entrepreneur Maximillion Cooper, and looks like a reach for relevancy.
Just don't understand, why is it important for us to know this information if you have a new life? What is this information going to do for us? What is it going to do for you? Because you're sitting on podcasts and on talk shows talking about it and not getting paid. And then she's writing a book about it. I feel like there's a lot of things that Eve can write a book about, but we can leave the past slings alone that passed you around the industry until you got to who you really wanted to get to. Why are we trying to reignite? We love the music. We love you as an artist. We feel like you're one of the girls that made it out. Why are you trying to come back? Ain't nothing up over here.
Tasha also argued most women wouldn't tolerate their husband going public about exes, so Eve shouldn't get a pass either.
Bored. We know what this is. I'm like, but it'd be funny if your husband sat down and talked about all the women he dated before you. How would you feel? Look at where these men are. I wouldn't even want them coming up in a conversation, let alone in an article beside my husband, at all.
But Eve has spoken in interviews about being happy with her life in the UK, raising her son, and building her marriage, which she has been with Maximillion for over 15 years.
How's life?
Life's good. Life's good. I'm happy.
How's motherhood? How's marriage?
Motherhood is great. Marriage is great. That's the problem I feel like I got with the perception of my life, that I married this person. Also, though, is as a woman, so what? Like, if I want to stop working, my man wouldn't care. But why would I do something that I love? Like, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Eve says she still performs because hip-hop is her passion, her Philly roots, and part of her identity, not because she's bored or unhappy. So, is Eve simply telling her story, or is Tasha right that she's crossing the line? Let me know what you guys think.